Here we are with another episode of Shut Up and Do It Yourself. I just wanted to show y'all what I'm doing here. So I have this greenhouse my wife and I have been building. It's not too big, but it's definitely interesting. Coming up on the end of it, you can see all the bottles. Looks a lot better from the outside than the inside. But I'm trying to make a footer right here, or not a footer, but like a pile to hold the 4x4. And I don't know if this is the best way to do this, but this is my backyard way to make this thing stiff. So I drilled some holes, and you can see they're not all straight. I have one that's straight, and these ones are kind of going sideways. And that's so whenever there's force, like if there's a lot of wind or something pulling up on the structure, it's not going to pull these out of this footer that I made. If anything bumps into the side, the vertical one will give it some rigidity so it doesn't break loose. Because if I had them all facing upwards, if there was a lot of upward force pulling on it, it might pull them all out. So yeah, so I have a bunch of leftover lumber, some sheeting. I'm gonna make a little form right here, pour a little pile, and then I'm gonna stick this right on top. I got these off Amazon. I think they're called a 4x4 like mount or a pile secure or something like that. I don't remember. But so I'm gonna make a form right there. I'm gonna fill it up to where it's deeper than this is gonna sit, because I like to have these sitting like right at the edge of the bottom of this at least. So I'll usually do it a little bit higher, but so there'll be a form, a square right here on the corner. I'm gonna fill it up with concrete. I'm gonna stick this in the top, let it sit, and then I'll have a nice place to attach a 4x4, and that's gonna hopefully last for a little bit, quite some time. You can see I've already did something similar over here. I wanted to connect these walls together, so I made a form around this whole structure, and there's rebar in there, and I made little piles on top, and then I stuck these in. You can see how I put them in. You just kind of stick it in and shake it until it feels like the concrete's kind of settled around it, and then let it sit. And it seems like it's going to make a pretty good base for the 4x4s to hold the structure together. I used to work a little bit of construction, and I just kind of like do what I feel is gonna work. So none of this is to code. I'm not like a professional, but I don't know. I like to just kind of screw around and make stuff, see what happens, and it's kind of just a learning experience. So I'm sure there'll be some shit talkers, but I don't know. I don't care. See, it looks kind of cool with the light coming through. So eventually, you can see there's a ditch or pit in the middle. I kind of incorporated a couple different ideas with this. I'd seen things online where people had like a greenhouse with that was like dug out, and it gives you the ability to, like, everything's gonna be at like hand reach level. You're not gonna be like leaning over, and you don't have to put tables in. And also you get the benefit of it's not as like tall of a structure, so it's not as much heat that's going to be needed to keep things in a good climate within the greenhouse. So I incorporated that idea with this trench in the center. So you'll be able to come in here, you'll be able to do your gardening, and then hopefully it'll retain heat a little bit better because there's less of the structure actually out in the elements. And then we have some paneling that we're going to put across, and I'll make another video for that. Yeah, you can kind of see. I'm not a mason, obviously. You can, and as we were doing this, we got better at it. So some of these are better than others, but yeah, I think it'll work. and it's kind of interesting, like repurposing old bottles. You can see we got a bunch of bottles right here, and actually using them for something that's going to be useful and hopefully last a while. And kind of the idea behind this is it looks cool, and also it's going to retain that heat within the bottles. Like we're here in North Carolina, so the sun's usually south of us, pretty deeply in the winter time, and then in the summertime it'd be more above us. So I'm gonna put like a slant roof on this, so it's gonna just be like shoop, just like that. So we'll be able to grow taller things over here, and then shorter things over here, and it'll kind of catch that whole like spectrum of like winter time where the sun's just coming in like this, and summertime when the sun's coming in like this. And it's just easier. I mean, instead of having a normal, like I don't know this construction term, split roof, it'll be easier to just do I don't have to cut the beams. We're just going to go straight across, and I'll put paneling across and down the back on that side and over here, and then we'll have a nice little greenhouse. And I'm probably going to have like put a little structure right here, like build up a little footer, and then it'll be like almost like a cellar door where you'll open it up and walk down in. That's kind of what these stones are for. So I hope you all found this interesting, and I'll keep you posted on what it looks like once it's done. And again, you can see like we didn't really shake this out very well. It's a little pitted, didn't settle very well, so we're probably gonna get some mortar and just slather that in, and hopefully it'll smooth out and look a little bit better. But thanks for watching, and shut up and do it yourself.